You guys know that I'm usually not a review channel, but once in a while something appears that is so bad or so good that it keeps me up at night. And if you're interested to know which one I think the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz is, keep on watching. Hi friends, hi, thank you for watching. My name is Mia and this is my virtual vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. Today we are going to be talking about this little palette over here, the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. This video is going to have 5 looks created with the palette, a comprehensive review shade by shade, as well as, you know, my general thoughts and feelings, and of course swatches, because a review without swatches is like a sky without stars, like a man without a beard, like a bisexual without cuffed jeans. So this is the newest palette by Huda called Rose Quartz, and I will have to thank whichever god sent her the message that we do not want to have her face on every palette, that she's not the Mona Lisa, and that her eyes tracking us across the room from every palette that she put out that's like this size is creepy, not inspiring. So it's got this beautiful iridescent packaging. See how it just changes color, how it's just very hypnotizing. So the packaging, very on point with the name. This is how this beauty looks like inside. It's got 18 shades in various formulas. You've got mattes, metallic shimmers, special shimmers that I find to be a mix between a shimmer shade and a topper shade, and you've got this this special shade over here, the Petri dish shade. I hate this trend, and we'll talk about this shade more as we go along through the video. As you can see, this is a color story that is very mauvey, very rosy, leaning a bit towards the cooler side of mauves, with a few pops over here that are a dual chrome purple blue and this dark purple shade. Like you can see a bit the shift if I move it from side to side. Without further ado, let me show you swatches. Then we are going to get into the 5 looks that I created with this palette to show you how it performs. Then we are going to start with my thoughts on each row of shades and on the palette itself as a whole. we're back together. Hi, it's so good to see you again. We are going to talk about the various formulas in this palette now and what I think of each of them. You've got Quartz, Empowered, Self-Love, and Joy, as well as Abundance, Energized, which are, I would say, the metallics in this palette. Self-Love is a duochrome and it has a slight golden shift, as well as Quartz, it has a slight pink orangish shift to it. The others are as you see them in the pan. I find this formula to be particularly good. It's very shiny, metallic, reflective, almost mirror-like, and very, very pigmented with both a brush and my finger. I prefer applying all of my shimmers, duochromes, toppers, whatever, with a finger, and I find that this way it has extremely high payoff to the point where I had to be careful how I placed the shadow and how much I picked up, otherwise it would have just gotten all over my lid. The mattes overall, beautiful, gorgeous, blendable, like there is no way you can fuck these up if you put them on the eyes. They are extremely easy to use, and what I particularly like is that they are buildable, in the sense that if I use a very, very fluffy brush, like you had seen me use in a couple of those looks, it starts as a sheer wash of color. The denser the brush that I use, the tinier, the more the color comes through the pan. So this is particularly lovely for people that want this palette to be able to give them a full range of usage, from very fairy, airy daytime looks that are more on the lighter side, that blend more in your skin tone, towards more punches of color. The toppers, Blissful and Moon Magic, I really, really love. They are very shimmery without being glittery. They shine like 1,000 stars on the lids. There's two of my favorite shades to use, period. You've got Cosmic Love, which is this shimmer topper thing. It's more of a shimmer than a topper, I will give it that, but I still like using it as a topper as well. It is quite densely packed. It's got fallout out the wazoo, unfortunately, both with a finger and with a brush, so you have to take care, but the color is absolutely stunning. It's like a magical night sky. It's like the night sky in the astral plane. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. 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 Lovestone is the Petri dish shade, the you know, new Panini variant shade. I find this shade to be a bit of a wild card, black horse. What's that saying in English? Whatever, you get what I mean. If I use this on its own, all over the lid, it gives a wet bluish sheen. Very beautiful. It's going to crease the moment I close my eyes. It creases very fast. It's a very creamy, oily formula. And it's a given that the moment that you start, you know, to blink, flutter your lashes, whatever you like to do, this is going to crease on you. Then I tried using it as a topper over other shades. Unfortunately, because the formula is so oily and sticky, the moment that you place it over other stuff is going to lift the pigment of the other shadows. So I don't like using it as a topper either. I tried using it as an inner corner highlight. It's fine, but I can kind of feel it. But that might be on me because I do have some, you know, textural issues. You know, bad texture makes brain go brrr. I just have this thing. Then, and this is how I like using it, I thought, why not put another shade over it? This acts as a beautiful base shade because it intensifies and makes everything else much more magical. It amps up whatever you put on top of it to 1,000. But I'm not going to give it props to that, and you want to know why? Because this, I don't think that was its original purpose. This is a gimmicky shade that wastes one spot in the palette that could have been used to put one more of these toppers, and maybe with the exact same nude to blue reflect. It's a pity. It's truly a pity. Okay, let's talk about my favorite shades. I really like Cherished all over the crease for a simple daytime look, and I will pair this with literally anything else. except, you know, Cosmic Love and Empowered, because they're darker as well. You know, this abundance over here. Really love two-tone eyeshadow looks with Cherished or with Happiness or with Radiate, even Serenity and Precious in the crease. Love, 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 love. What I also like is that you can approach this as a quad palette. What do I mean? You've got this quad over here, which can make a beautiful look, this quad over here, and then this quad, you know what I mean? If you are out of ideas, you can basically mix and match this palette and get yourself a little nice quad color scheme, as well that it's so well designed that, as I said, it's really, really great for two shadow looks. Matte in the crease, shimmer on the lid. Exactly what I needed in my life. Also, I forgot to mention, Empowered also has a lot of fallout. So these two shades, be wary of them, handle with care, maybe before you do your base. Otherwise, you're going to be very, very glittery. Beautifully glittery, but if it's not intended, then yeah. I'm going to sound really old school when I mention this now, but this is a great palette for people that have hazel or brown eyes. The tones just make everything absolutely pop. They make the almost non-existent flecks of green in my eyes pop. They intensify the brown, they intensify a bit of the green in my eyes. They really make, you know, just beautiful chocolatey brown eyes pop. Do recommend. Also, this is great for someone that is of my skin tone with a neutral to cool color palette, because those mauves will just blend right in. I really enjoy this palette. I really do feel that this is one of the best releases in 2021. I'm usually more of a colorful magpie type of person, but I have to give credit where credit is due. This is a beautiful neutral rosy palette, incredibly well done, incredibly well designed. I adore. So yeah, you basically figure out by now that I love this palette. I do recommend it. Hope you guys enjoyed my review and enjoyed this video. If you picked up this palette, please let me know what you think of it. And if you didn't, just tell me something else that you've been enjoying. I would love to hear all about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe if you'd like to hang out more. Have a wonderful morning, evening, second breakfast, third lunch, or whatever it is you're from. Bye!